Have you ever tasted a leaf straight off a mulberry tree? How about stumbled on an organism that helps fight infection, inflammation, and cancer, just growing naturally? In a world where global warming is constantly a threat, could you survive off of what Mother Nature provides untouched? I went on a walk that showed me, yes, I could. And a lot of what our guide shared with us was surprising. Hey lovely, welcome back to another installation of the TrippyDrip creator. It's your girl, Diamond Drip. This past week, I found an edible plants and mushrooms forage walking group in Silver Spring, Maryland. The person in charge was Bodhi Vasilopoulos. Sorry, Bodhi, if I butchered your name. Once the entire group got there, we huddled into a circle, we gave a little introduction about ourselves, and we stated our intention for coming. Bodhi also had us state what organism, if any, we were currently resonating with. For my daughter and me, these were mushrooms. We met at the start of a hiker's trail off of Lock Ridge Drive. To our surprise, we didn't start by going in the woods. We walked into a nearby neighborhood and he showed us even coming out of your house, you can find food within walking distance. He had identified chestnut trees. I had no idea that these little spiky things on the ground were chestnuts. He even showed Taylor how to harvest them.
And then a bird comes and scratches them or whatever and exposes a little bit of, tissue, vector space, right, for an infection. And then the blight is around us. It's just around us in the air, so it can't be avoided. So that blight gets in there.
We continued back towards the trail, but again, didn't start walking it before another food source was identified. A mulberry tree. He told us that the leaves could be cooked or even eaten in a salad. Then he gave us an opportunity to taste a leaf. Much to my happy surprise, I could taste the hint of sweet berries. As we walked along the trail, we identified a number of different berry trees. Bodhi spoke about the indicators on tree leaves that help identify what berries come from what trees.
This guy, if you notice, it's called the box elder because the leaves are kind of compound a little bit more like the elderberry. Like they look a little bit like elderberry leaves, if you know what elderberry leaves look like. But if you also notice, some of them kind of have like that maple-ish, like 3-lobe pattern.
As we walked farther along, my daughter and I's hopes were answered. We got to see some mushrooms, both edible and non-edible. We even lucked up and found some reishi mushrooms growing. Bodhi explained to us that the white porous side of the mushrooms is a key indicator in distinguishing reishi from other rust-colored fungi. He even explained how to make a tincture with reishi mushrooms to take hold of its anti-cancer and anti-infection properties.
Have you guys made a tincture before?
Mm-hmm.
So part of what I'll be selling after this is tinctures, right? Which is an alcohol extract. So you put your menstruum, which is the thing you're working with, in this case the reishi, in your alcohol for 4 to 6 weeks. First of all, I like to dehydrate my mushrooms before I make medicine with them because there's a lot of moisture content in them. And then I blend them up. So you get the maximum surface area exposed to the alcohol, maximum extraction, right? Maximum potency. And then if your jar is like, if you have like a 1,000 milliliter jar, like a 1 liter jar, you fill it up to about, 300 milliliters of mushrooms. And basically what I'm saying is that when it's dry, you don't need to fill up the whole jar with the mushroom, right? Or the dry thing, just about half or a third. That would be very, very, very potent to fill up the whole jar and cover it, right? So you're gonna put your mushroom in there, shake it once a day for 4 to 6 weeks, and then once that's done, strain off the mushroom. You just get the alcohol extract.
If being able to identify unknown food sources weren't enough, Taylor and I were blessed enough to have found another peaceful spot to relax. So long as we keep the deep bug spray on deck. At the end of the walk, we huddled back into a circle to tie it all together. We each had an opportunity to speak about things that stood out for us, and even Taylor got a chance to go. All in all, I loved my experience and I really liked our guide. I definitely want to go back on another walk in the springtime. That way, more stuff will actually be in bloom. If where you live has awesome people like Bodhi, or you're a natural forager, I'd love to hear about the most interesting thing that you found on one of your nature walks, edible or non-edible, in the comments below. Until next time, my lovelies.